Most people think Mario is a hero. Flip that in a sentence. What if Mario is the invader and Bowser the defender? Start with the shock. Say it out loud. A smiling plumber jumps into someone else's kingdom, breaks things until the ruler fights back. The setting is a kingdom under attack. That phrase frames scenes from Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Odyssey, castles, islands, towers. These are homes that get invaded. We usually see Mario's view. The games push us to cheer. This essay states the main idea plainly. It asks if Mario's actions read as violence, if Bowser's actions can be read as defense. The voice that narrates matters. The announcer often speaks English. Mario's jump is not always harmless. From the original Super Mario Bros., he stomps Goombas and Koopas until they collapse. In Super Mario Bros., he smashes bricks with his head. In Super Mario 64, he punches, kicks, and throws creatures in 3D space. In Super Mario Odyssey, he uses captures and punches through enemies. These are violent acts by any plain reading. He takes coins and power-ups scattered in other lands. Those coins often litter the world, as if they belong to that land. Mario enters doors, pipes, and rooms that clearly belong to others. He moves through private spaces and claims items as his own reward for reaching the end. Old games make the action stark because the story is thin and the mechanics are blunt. In early levels, the player is told simply, get to the right and win. The player character stomps enemies because that is the rule. Later games add story, but the old actions remain. The raw acts are easy to list and hard to ignore. Short quotes help ground the claim. Thank you, Mario, from Bowser's kidnapping scenes. Bowser rules many lands. Castles, islands, mountains, and fortresses across games. Those places have guards, decor, households that suggest a settled society. When Mario arrives, he damages those spaces. Walls collapse, rooms burn, guards fall. The pattern repeats across eras and consoles. In Super Mario Bros., stages end in Bowser's castles where the player must fight. In Super Mario World, different worlds are clearly signposted as territories. In Super Mario Odyssey, kingdoms have citizens who react when the newcomer appears. The player's entry is often loud and destructive. That looks like invasion in ordinary terms. Who owns the princess and the castle? In classic tales, the ruler has authority. If Bowser is a ruler who controls his realm, the arrival of a stranger breaking into castles and taking treasures reads differently. The princess's movement between castles can mean many things, including political exchange, hostage-taking contest, between rulers. The kingdom and its residents suffer in scenes we rarely analyze. Bowser organizes troops, builds fortresses, sets traps. Those actions match a leader preparing for a threat. He sends minions out on patrols and stations guards in castles. Context matters. A ruler defending land will act forcefully to keep order. In some games, Bowser's moves look offensive. He kidnaps Princess Peach or steals power. But the motive is rarely explained fully. What if those moves were meant to secure his position or to respond to a prior aggression? Many political acts in history look worse or better depending on who tells the story. Bowser's attacks on the player are framed as villainy in the script, yet in a raw reading his shows of force can be read as defense. He fights because his realm is under attack and he uses the tools he has. That makes him a complex leader rather than a flat villain. The announcer's English voice is a clue to bias. It tells players what to do and applauds the hero. Who wrote that voice and whose story does it serve? When the narrator is on one side, the rules of the world tilt. That is worth noticing when you play next. Look again at early games, like Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Odyssey, Super Mario 64. Count the broken walls, list the items taken, note the citizens' fear. These clear examples let you weigh one reading against another. The facts are easy to check by replaying the clips. This idea is not an accusation that Mario is cruel for fun. It is a prompt to think differently. Could Bowser be protecting a kingdom? Could Mario be an invader acting with good intent but real cost? The games leave room for this doubt if you choose to see it. Which side did you cheer for before? Can you watch a Bowser castle and hear the sound of a kingdom under attack? All clips must be generated for any visual retelling. Katema. Study. Levels. Look closely at each moment. The claim is not that Mario is evil in a moral sense, it is that the story can be read another way. Keep a curious tone. Let the reader decide. Thank you. The last image to hold is this simple question. If the storyteller changes, do you still see a hero?